Yes. Yep. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Reading's Sunday worship service. My name is Charlene Reynolds-Santo. I'm a member of the worship arts team, and my pronouns are she and her. We choose to share our pronouns because we know people of all genders are holy, whole, and beloved. Welcome to this sanctuary, physically or virtually, on this cold and snowy morning. Please know that whatever the weather, you are welcome here. All are welcome here as we gather to create an understanding, welcoming, and family-friendly community. Today, we join together to create a space where we nurture and explore individual spirituality, build a committed and loving community, and to help heal our broken world. Now, if this is your first time with us, we are so happy you've joined us. Please visit our webpage to learn about our beloved community. There you can connect with our staff. And for those here in the sanctuary this morning, please feel free to speak with Melissa Martin or myself in Fellowship Hall after the service. Right now, I would like to welcome up A.J. Heidkamp to speak about the pledge drive.
Good morning. As Charlene said, I'm A.J. Heidkamp, and I'm here this morning to kick off the pledge drive. Talking about money is never easy. I recently heard about a church that wanted to make their pledge drive as simple as possible. Their finance committee said they'd need a 6% increase in pledges to balance their budget. So the pledge team came up with this slogan: "We're going to up our pledges, so up yours." Now, I'd never say anything like that. Not in church. Certainly not in a UU church. Seems way too passive-aggressive. But I heard it was very effective. This past year at UUCR has been amazing. While things haven't always gone according to plan, we have a lot to celebrate. Our Sunday services have been excellent, led by a dedicated team of guest ministers. And as always, our choir, worship associates, and the tech team have done a phenomenal job. We're especially excited that 13 members signed the book this past year. Your energy, yeah. Yes, your energy has enriched our congregation. We're actively working to attract a developmental minister, and the good news is that candidates have applied and interviews are underway. Thanks to the hard work of our property committee, we have a brand new heating system. It will reduce our carbon footprint and lower costs. Plus, it provides air conditioning, which may help increase our summer rentals. Throughout the year, the congregation has been actively living out our mission. Our revitalized social action team, Love is a Verb, has been leading the way. They've provided many opportunities to get involved through their monthly call to action. And we continue to work with UU Urban Ministries and UU Mass Action. During these challenging political times, many members are participating in pro-democracy efforts, like sending voter registration postcards to swing states and attending protests and weekly standouts throughout the region. We have many ongoing adult enrichment activities, like chalice circles and Buddhist meditation, and many social activities, including folk dancing, rise-up singing, social crafty drop-in, quilters, liberal ladies, and the men's group. In short, UUCR is an active, engaged, vibrant congregation, and our future is bright. And it's your pledge that helps make it happen. UUCR receives no outside funding, so it's up to us, all of us, to pay the church's expenses. The pledge drive is by far UUCR's largest source of income. It's essential to paying our staff a fair wage, maintaining our facilities, and keeping our programs running. Our pledge drive theme this year is Guided by Love, Growing in Hope. During the pledge drive, we ask that all of our members and friends make a financial commitment, a pledge, to support the church for the coming year. The pledge team often gets asked, how much should I pledge? One answer to that question is that the average pledge last year was $3,700. But telling you the average isn't really a very helpful answer, because here at UUCR, no one is average. And it's not really a very fair answer either, because our members and friends have a wide variety of income levels. You'll find a much better answer in the Fair Share Guide that we've included in our FAQ. Instead of a fixed dollar amount, a fair share pledge is based on a percentage of your income. So it will be lower for those with smaller incomes and higher for those with larger ones. For most of you, your fair share pledge will be between 2% and 5% of your annual income. If you're new or have never pledged before, 2% might be a great place to start. If you already pledge and are ready to make a deeper commitment to the church, think about increasing it to 3% to 5%. And if you're someone who can't imagine your life without UUCR, forget about the percentages. Let your heart tell you what pledge amount is right for you. We know that our FY27 expenses are going to increase based on the cost of hiring our new minister, increases in maintenance costs, and inflation. The Finance Council has developed an FY27 budget. In order to balance it, we need to raise $365,000 in pledges. That's a 6% increase over last year. Reaching that goal is essential to keeping our finances on a solid footing, and we need your pledge to help us do that. In the next few days, we're going to email a pledge packet to each of you. And over the next several Sundays, you're going to hear from some of our members about what makes UUCR a special place and why they make a pledge every year. You can submit your pledge online anytime during the next 3 weeks. We ask that you please submit it no later than Commitment Sunday on March 22nd. Every pledge, large and small, truly makes an impact and is deeply appreciated. And just to make sure that everyone is clear on the process, the pledge that you make now is for next church year. So you'll make your actual payments between July 1st, 2026 and June 30th, 2027. In closing, let's keep this simple. We need a 6% increase in pledges to balance next year's budget. The pledge team is going to up our pledges. So, if you're willing and able, please thoughtfully consider upping yours. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, AJ. Again this morning, we welcome Reverend Fred Small back to the chancel. Welcome, Fred.
The words of Rumi, as rendered by Coleman Barks. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving, it doesn't matter. Ours is not a caravan of despair. Come, even if you have broken your vows 1,000 times. Come, yet again. Come, come. As we light our chalice this morning with Unitarian Universalists all around the globe, I invite you to call into your heart the flame you kindle this morning, the flame of truth, of community, of commitment to justice and to love. Please join me in reciting our chalice lighting words, which can be found on laminated sheets with the hymnals behind the pews. In the light of truth, the warmth of community, the fire of commitment, we gather this day. May the flame we now kindle be to us a symbol of the holiness we seek. Each week we recite our children's affirmation as a reminder of the most important elements of who we are. And here they come. Please join me in reciting these words. We are Unitarian Universalists, the Church of the open mind, the loving heart, and helping hands. Thank you. Lights are on, but nobody's home. Test 1, 2.
There we go.
Yes?
Yep.
Okay, good. Serena Partridge is a songwriter. Is there another? Maybe it wasn't. This is number 2. Test 1, 2. It's there. Okay. Does that mean that I can't walk down here because no, it continues. No. Very good. Okay. Serena Partridge is a singer-songwriter from Minneapolis. She's part of the singing resistance there. And I've been singing and leading this song of hers for years now. It's a beautiful, welcoming song. Please rise in body or in spirit. Do not look for the lyrics anywhere, because you will hear them, and they are so simple that you will be able to sing them right back. Here's how it goes. Just waiting for the one word. Here it comes. Got it. Okay. It's a zipper song, so one word only changes each verse, and the word in the first verse is wild. Literally. Welcome in, wild hearts. Welcome in, wild hearts. Welcome in, wild hearts. We will sing our way to wholeness. It's not only a zipper song, it's call and response. So when I sing welcome in, you sing right back welcome in, etc. Give it a try. Welcome in, wild hearts, wild hearts. Welcome in, wild hearts. Welcome in, wild hearts. We will sing our way to wholeness. We will sing our way to wholeness. Welcome in, tender hearts. Welcome in, tender hearts. Welcome in, tender hearts. Welcome in, tender hearts. And let's sing this all together. We will sing our way to wholeness. Welcome in, grieving hearts. Welcome in, grieving hearts, grieving hearts. Welcome in, grieving hearts, grieving hearts. Welcome in, grieving hearts, grieving. All together, we will sing our way to wholeness. Longing hearts. Welcome in, longing hearts, longing hearts. Welcome in, longing hearts, longing hearts. Welcome in, longing hearts, longing hearts. We will sing our way to wholeness. Courageous hearts. Welcome in, courageous hearts, courageous hearts. Welcome in, courageous hearts, courageous hearts. Welcome in, courageous hearts, courageous hearts. We will sing our way to wholeness. Last time we will sing. We will sing our way to wholeness. Beautiful. Thank you.
Testing, testing. Can you hear me? Yeah? Okay, beautiful. Well, this is time for all ages. So I would love to invite the little ones and also folks that are young at heart to come on forward if you want to hear a story. Anyone want to come hear a story? Beautiful. Hello, good morning. All right, beautiful. Our story today, hello, is called Caring. So, I wasn't exactly sure where I was, but suddenly everything around me was lush and alive. What is this place? I wondered. It's church. As I wandered around, a voice called out to me, "Hello there, can I help you?" The most fascinating person was standing in front of me. She had birds perched on her shoulders and fluttering around her head. Her hands and clothes were covered in dirt. I thought to myself, I want to be happy like that. "Can you believe this place?" I marveled. "I've never seen anything like it. It's so beautiful. It hardly seems real." The gardener humbly replied, "Well, thank you." "You did all of this? How is that even possible?" She shared, "Little by little, one thing builds on another. Little by little, small things become something bigger and more. I certainly didn't do it alone. I had the bees and the butterflies, the birds and the animals to help. And of course, the most important work was done by the plants and the trees. It's amazing what a little caring can do. And it's quite extraordinary when you care an awful lot, what a big difference you can make." "When I first saw this land," the gardener sighed, "it was barren and scarred. It hurt my heart. Wherever I looked, it seemed to be broken and dying. It felt like everything was covered in sadness." I couldn't stop thinking about it. It seemed so wrong, the gardener continued. I wondered why no one seemed to care and why someone wasn't doing anything to help. Then I realized that I was someone. I cared. I decided I was going to do something about it. "How did you know you could do it?" I asked in amazement. "I didn't," she admitted. "For years, I wasn't sure if I was helping much at all. It seemed pretty hopeless. The problem was huge, and I was just me. But I believe we can't be indifferent to things that matter. I had to try." "Yes, but this must have been so much work," I marveled. "Did you ever want to quit?" "Sure," the gardener conceded. "Many times I thought about giving up. Some days were especially tough. But when my body feels tired, I rest. When I worry about the world with its immense problems, it can make me feel small and powerless. But then I come here. I help good things grow. And I'm reminded that I do matter and that I can make a difference." More than anything else, what I'm growing is love. I think we all grow and spread love throughout our lives in the way that we act, by choosing to help when needed, and by being there for each other. I care deeply about this place. I like to think of it as a living invitation, she shared. My hope was to create a place where all kinds of beings could feel welcome, and I am thrilled it is now home to so many. The gardener gave me a few seeds so I could try growing them at home. I was thrilled, and I planted them right away. I watered them, I watched them, I cared for them. Day after day, I looked for any sign of life, but nothing happened. Doubt crept in, and I was worried if I did something wrong. Then, one morning, I noticed a small little sprout poking through the soil. I was so excited. But where were the others? I questioned nervously. I watered and I waited some more. Days passed and nothing new came up. I went to talk with the gardener about the seeds that never grew. She consoled me and explained, unfortunately, not everything we want works out the way we want. It can be disappointing, but sometimes life doesn't meet our expectations. The day doesn't always unfold the way we had hoped. People don't always do what we want or expect, and sometimes seeds don't sprout. But for all the things that don't work out, she continued, there are many others that do, and they can exceed our wildest hopes and expectations. In fact, she opened her arms, gesturing all around her. They can turn out even more spectacular than we could have ever imagined. We all have the potential to stretch and to reach for the sky. She assured me, we just have to take care of each other and believe that it's possible. Everything is connected. When you do something good, the gardener stated, you never know how it might spark or inspire more good things in others. Take this tree, for instance. As glorious as it is, it's not just a single tree. It's part of a much larger living community. It has fed and sheltered more animals than I can count, and those animals have gone on to benefit other plants and animals, and those in turn have benefited even more. It's like that with people too. We are all part of each other, and we all have the power to spread goodness. It's impossible to know how far a single act of generosity or a gesture of kindness can reach, she pondered. We may never know who it helped or how much it mattered. As the gardener looked around, she stopped and reflected. Many of the trees I'm planting today, I most likely won't see grow big and tall. Does that make you sad? I asked. A little, she said softly, but mostly it fills me with happiness. I love to think of all the things that trees will look over and the lives they will touch, and how much they will be needed in the years and centuries to come. It feels good to know, she gently smiled, that I was able to play a small part in their story. I still think about that gardener every day. Her words and her deeds planted so much hope in me. She showed me that every moment is a chance to impact the future. And when we dare to imagine brighter possibilities, we are helping to create them. And now I know, with love and hard work and caring, a better world is possible. Let's get started. Thank you. Beautiful.
May your lips
We take time during our service to light our candles of community, peace, and justice. We light our red candle of community to signify our interconnection. Wherever you are in time and space, newcomer or longtime member, joining us virtually or here in the sanctuary, we light this candle holding you in love. As we light this candle, I invite you to speak aloud the name or names of people who are on your mind and in your heart today to bring them fully into this space. Sarah. We light our blue candle of peace for the places worldwide where people live with the threat of war and violence, including in our own country, as federal agents terrorize the people of Minnesota, Maine, other states, and the District of Columbia. This morning we mourn the dead and those who will die as a result of the United States and Israeli attack on Iran. We acknowledge the continuing genocide in Gaza and the West Bank, the war in Ukraine, and the worsening famine and strife in Sudan. We light this candle to remind ourselves that each of us has an active role to play in the creation of peace in our lives, our homes, our country, and the world. And we light our yellow candle of justice. As we act for peace, so too we must act to create justice. The administration has committed extrajudicial killings, and more than 35 people of color have needlessly died in ICE custody. A government that disregards the rule of law cannot deliver justice to its people. May all people everywhere live their lives in freedom, and may we each do our part in the work for justice and liberation for all in our global community. As we recommit ourselves to the work of love and justice, may we each voice this commitment by saying, Amen. Amen. I invite you to join in the spirit of prayer. Great mystery, which grounds and surrounds us. Small spark of life and possibility that lives within us even when all else is crumbling to dust. Be with us in our confusion, fear, and despair. Lead us to navigate them as slowly as possible, resisting the impulse to soothe, to blame, to seek things that feel better than the hurt and the heaviness, but which ultimately leave us isolated or complacent or too suspicious of each other. Let us not flee from our grief, but allow our hearts to be broken open again and again, grieving for all that has already been lost and all that is threatened now. Spirit of life and love and regeneration, help us to feel the wisdom in our bodies, even with so much going so wrong. Our hearts beat with gratitude for blessings, for beauty and joy stubbornly breaking through, for the compassionate companionship of community that welcomes all that we bring with us in these times and does not ask us to be less than we really are, for solidarity and mutual aid, for the trees and the wind and the stars, their cosmic witness soothing our animal souls, reminding us of the deep impermanence and the deep interconnectedness of all things. Spirit of transformation, may our hearts break open and stretch out to join with the hearts of others who yearn for a freer world. Each heart a building block of a better society, each life lived for hope and resistance, a prayer for a nobler world. Amen, and blessed be. If you have a joy or sorrow you would like to honor by lighting a silent candle, you are invited to come forward now.
Our reading this morning is a responsive reading. It's number 612 in the Gray Hymnal. Is it beyond thee to be glad with the gladness of this rhythm? To be tossed and lost and broken in the whirl of this fearful joy? All things rush on, they stop not, they look not behind. No power can hold them back, they rush on. Keeping the steps, with the restless, rapid music, seasons come dancing and pass away. Colors, tunes, and perfumes pour in endless cascades in the bounding joy that scatters and gives up and dies every moment.
Well, anyone who might have thought they had wandered into a Methodist or Baptist or Presbyterian church was disabused of that notion by AJ during his invitation to generosity, upping the ante. But I appreciated that the choir sang the original lyrics of Amazing Grace. How sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. As many of you know, Amazing Grace was written, the words by John Newton, who was the captain of a slave ship. So he came by his identity as a wretch, honestly. And it was a song of repentance. But in our hymnal, when the congregation is invited to sing it, there's an asterisk by the word wretch. And you look down to the bottom and it says, or soul. Many, many UU congregations and music directors take advantage of that invitation and sing that saved a soul like me. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's how Unitarian Universalist is it to say, wretch? I'm not a wretch. You're a wretch. I'm not a wretch. I'm fine. So I think all of us, occasionally, I would never say sin, but occasionally we tiptoe inadvertently into wretchedness. Just saying. I was planning to preach today's sermon on joy last month when I was here. But after the murders of Renee Good and Alex Pretty and my own witness in Minneapolis for immigrant justice, I felt called to devote our worship. Joy is everywhere. To devote our worship here to those subjects. So I postponed my sermon on joy until today. And then yesterday came news of the United States' unconstitutional attack on the nation of Iran. And the news that it had killed already more than 80 girls in an elementary school. And then the assassination of Ayatollah Khamenei and other top leaders of the Iranian government in violation of international law. And I thought, how can I preach on joy today? Maybe I should postpone my sermon again and dedicate our worship this morning to grief and rage, to the evil of war and the challenges of peace. But then I thought, no. If we invoke joy only when peace and justice reign, how long will we wait for joy? We must not postpone joy, whatever our hardship, our struggle, our despair, for that is when we need joy most. But I do have a confession to make. The word joy has always made me a little nervous. It always struck me as a kind of over-the-top, bright yellow, smiley face stuck desperately and unconvincingly on the tragic mask of a suffering world. It brought to mind Tiny Tim, not the adorable moppet of A Christmas Carol, but the novelty singer of the 1960s. Hair all ascraggle, crooning, tiptoe through the tulips, in his teeth-rattling falsetto. And for me, somehow, maybe it's my Episcopal upbringing, I don't know, but joy, it always seemed to carry more than a whiff of obligation, as if it were my spiritual and even religious duty to feel cheerful and peppy in willful disregard of the plain evidence before my eyes. It didn't help, true confessions, it didn't help that as a young folk singer in the 1980s, I had a stressful encounter with an only slightly older adult nicknamed TJ, which stood, she explained, for total joy. You can see where this is going. TJ was the wife of the producer of my concert, and since neither they nor I could afford a hotel, this is folk music, I stayed overnight in their home. True to her nickname, TJ greeted me enthusiastically with a bright smile. I wish I could remember what provoked her. But somehow, during my brief overnight stay, despite my best efforts to be a good guest, something I did, whether by omission or commission, irked TJ mightily. And before I departed the next morning, she unloaded upon me a fury of criticism and reproach. Now, maybe I deserved it. I was young and could certainly have been inconsiderate or self-centered. But the vehemence of her rancor left me a mite suspicious about this total joy thing. Fortunately, I overcame the temptation to suggest that perhaps a more suitable nickname might be PJ, for partial joy, or even FJ. It's a different F-bomb, trust me. Even Unitarian Universalism. I don't F-bomb from the pulpit. No, FJ, in my mind, would stand for fake joy. Anyway, I wish her well. I resisted joy for a long time. But in the last few years, under the cumulative weight of global pandemic, accelerating climate change, systemic racism, creeping fascism, and all the other afflictions I need not catalog further, I felt the stirrings of a summons to joy. In my 7 decades or so on this planet, I've always been a fairly positive, upbeat person, endowed by grace or genetics with a positive emotional buoyancy that has not escaped discouragement, but has averted melancholy. But I fear the coming decades will bring challenges unprecedented in human history. Challenges physical, social, ecological, and spiritual. And I was tired of giving away my happiness, my peace of mind, my life energy to the climate crisis, which my urgent activism might be able to influence in some tiny way, but obviously not control. My effort to remain positive was already exhausting. I began to doubt if my upbeat disposition and my toolkit of spiritual practices would be adequate to sustain me in the trying times to come. So I enrolled in a 5-month, 10-session online course called Awakening Joy, taught by mindfulness teacher James Barris. The website promised the program would help me, quote, open to life with appreciation, resilience, and an open heart. Incline the mind towards well-being, it invited, and gain deeper insight that will promote authentic joy. Incline the mind. I liked that. That sounded doable. No guarantees, no artifice of affect required, simply an intention followed by action. While still skeptical of joy, I figured I could incline my mind in that direction. And I did. I was relieved that Barris immediately addressed the problem of the word joy. If the word joy is a stretch or a turnoff, he advised, he had my number. See if there is another word that resonates more for you. Well-being, contentment, delight, happiness, aliveness, and substitute that word whenever you see or hear joy. Great, I thought. Great. Well-being works for me. I can do well-being. Barras also anticipated my unease at even considering joy in the face of so much suffering. Remember, he said, your anger, sadness, and fear are contagious, and so are compassion, calm, and joy. Others are affected by the energy we put out into the world. I remembered that joy and suffering are not contradictions, but companions. Joy and woe are woven fine, declared the mystic poet William Blake. We can feel great sadness for our broken world, writes Unitarian Universalist psychologist and activist Mary Pfeiffer, yet still taste the spring strawberries or enjoy the smell of rain. Our hearts shatter into pieces, yet we hear the song of the cardinal and watch the exploding electricity of the thunderstorm. Joy is not a luxury of privilege. In the words of Black feminist Toy Derricott, joy is an act of resistance. Activists Akaya Windwood and Rajasvani Bansali explain reclaiming joy is transgressive. It allows us to step beyond the limits of rigid socialization and transactional habits. Joy is dangerous. It is a threat to systems of control and power over. Tracy Michael Lewis Gigetz, author of Black Joy, says, I know that my joy stands defiant in the faces of those who try to dehumanize me. I know that my joy makes my oppressor big mad, because more than stealing our rights, stealing our joy is their greatest, albeit subtlest, evil. Ensuring that we can't access our joy or that we have a fear or guilt around expressing it is probably the most insidious form white supremacy takes, she writes. Black joy is a kind of currency, and when we learn to spend it recklessly, the results are glorious. As my Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley puts it, when you're drinking from this fire hose of insult and assault, when they've been coming for our democracy, our health care, our humanity, our planet, our civil rights, our very peace of mind, we cannot give them our joy too. Now, it turns out Emma Goldman never actually said, if I can't dance, I don't want to be in your revolution, which is really too bad, because how cool is that? But I would take it one step further. If we do not dance, the revolution will never come. Besides dancing, how do we cultivate joy? The first step, says Barras, is to form an intention. Even though we all want to be happy, he points out, many of us don't put this at the center of our lives. The most important thing is simply deciding to incline your mind, that phrase again, in the direction of greater well-being and keeping that intention in your consciousness. Then you make a heartfelt decision to do what you can to bring it about. Now, that seems kind of obvious, but it made me realize how hopeless I actually felt about joy. I didn't think joy was possible. Not for me. And if I didn't think it was possible, how could I ever experience it? So I formed an intention, a blessing to myself, in ascending order of ambition. May I be aware of well-being. May I be open to joy. May I be a radiant source of peace, compassion, and loving kindness. It takes practice, Barras told us, to notice what's not wrong. When we have a toothache, my teacher Thich Nhat Hanh used to say, we know that not having a toothache is a wonderful thing. But when we don't have a toothache, we're still not happy. A non-toothache is very pleasant, said Thich Nhat Hanh. We must remember our non-toothache. Barras encouraged us to be alert for moments of well-being when things were, for the moment, for us, not so bad, maybe even okay. When we noticed such a moment, he said we shouldn't just acknowledge it, check it off our list, and return to our activity. He asked us to really let it in and be present to it for a full 15 seconds. And to try to notice these moments 6 times a day. Let's see, 6 times 15. A minute and a half total. Well, I don't always make it to 6 times a day, but I still do it several times a day. And I do have it on my task list. 6 times, not just to check off, but actually to be present for 15 seconds. And I ask myself, sometimes during these moments of well-being, when I acknowledge that, okay, this is a moment of well-being, I ask, could this also be a moment of joy? And sometimes the answer is nope. That's going too far. But sometimes, when the sky is a particular shade of blue, or the leaves especially green, or the sweetness of life unmistakable, the answer is yeah, this is actually a moment of joy. Barras invited us to make a list of things that bring us joy. My list turned out to be pretty long. It included reading, meditation, movies, running, swimming, kayaking, singing, preaching, and leading worship. Do those things more often, was Barras' brilliant suggestion. Do things that drain your joy less often. So the more I place my attention on joy, the more I notice others doing the same. A couple of years ago, I had a chance to ask Joanna Macy a question during an online Buddhism and ecology summit. Macy, who died last summer at the age of 96, for many decades led and inspired movements for change. I know you practice active hope, as do I told her, but what are the feelings you're actually and honestly feeling these days? Without hesitation, she answered, I feel absolutely amazing. If I had ever known that this terrible situation for our planet, the threats to life on Earth, was going to come, and my people, our people, each other, that we'd be faced by this, I would want so much to be there. I wouldn't want to miss it. This is my world. I love it deeply. It's a living planet. It's got incredible history, and I wouldn't ever want to miss this. What we're facing now, I feel from my own experience that a more intense love for life and readiness to risk everything for the sake of life will be born to us. And powers of valor and self-discipline and passion and attention to life itself are going to be born to us in new ways. Of course it looks bleak. It always looks bleak before you have to grow something. a new capacity that's pushing us. This is a birthing time as well as a dying time. There are forces and capacities ready to birth inside each one of us if we keep our spunk and courage. Wow. Joanna Macy. My friend Margaret Bullitt Jonas, an Episcopal priest with a powerful vocation for creation care, preaches the joy in climate justice. Where's the joy? The joy is in living with purpose, Margaret says, in getting up every morning with gratefulness that we have another day to serve the Lord of life. The joy is in knowing, amid the uncertainty and heartbreak of such a precarious time, that our decisions matter. Our choices matter. And love matters most of all. Love is what brought us here. Love is why we're here. And love will welcome us home at our journey's end. My friends, I'm not optimistic about the future. I think we're in for a very tough go in the years and decades to come. I have faith in the power of love, but I do not have confidence that it will save us from our fear and folly in the time that we have. For myself, all I can promise is whatever happens, I will show up with all the grace and courage and kindness and compassion that I can. Thousands of years ago, a Hebrew bard composed a psalm. Therefore, we will not fear. Though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam and the mountains quake with their surging, there is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. God is within her. She will not fall. There is a river. And you don't have to believe in God to know there is a river of love, of purpose, and of joy. And as the mountains crumble and the waters rise, we must find that river. Dive deep and let its living waters hold us, lift us up, and carry us home. Amen. And blessed be.
Each Sunday, UUCR gives away half the money received in the collection plate to a nonprofit organization that shares our UU values. It's a simple yet powerful way for each of us to help heal the world. Our Share the Plate recipient for March is the UUCR We Care Fund. The We Care Fund exists as an expression of our faith in action, providing emergency financial assistance for individuals and families within our congregation and the wider community who are facing unforeseen financial hardship. These funds are used to meet immediate and essential needs, such as housing, utilities, food, and medical expenses, so that dignity, stability, and hope can be preserved in times of crisis. At this moment, the need for the We Care Fund is especially acute. Recent federal policy decisions and funding cuts by the present administration have weakened social safety nets that many people depend upon, leaving more individuals and families vulnerable. Our congregation exists and thrives through the gifts of those who call this place their spiritual home. If you are here in the sanctuary, you may put a gift in the plate as it goes by. Otherwise, you may make a gift online or send a check. Please give as generously as you are willing and able to our share of the plate offering to support UUCR We Care Fund and the mission of UUCR. Now, if this is your first time with us, your presence is gift enough.
There's a great camp meeting.
There's a great camp meeting, oh, a great camp meeting in the promised land. Oh, walk together, children, don't you get weary. Walk on, children, don't you get weary. Just walk together, children, don't you get weary. There's a great camp meeting in the promised land. Oh, walk together, children, don't you get weary. Walk on, children, don't you get weary. Just walk together, children, don't you get weary. There's a great camp meeting in the promised land. Gonna walk and never tire. Walk and never tire. Walk
Wow, thank you so much, choir. That was beautiful. Good morning. I'm Melissa Martin, your Member Services and Volunteer Coordinator. My pronouns are she and her. Our March newsletter was sent out on Thursday. Please go read all the amazing things we have planned for this month. And looking ahead, if you are looking for some joy, find the Ferry Beach registration link created specifically for our church and join me and others who are already signed up for some summer fun in July in Saco, Maine. This week I'll have new information in our newsletter with the rates, with our discounts, and with the activities that we have planned. Today, March 1st, is considered the first day of meteorological spring, and it's snowing. And our community is stepping into this balanced season of transition, both in the natural world and within the walls of our congregation. And as we continue to collectively evolve, grow, and change, I am looking forward to walking alongside you through some upcoming events, rituals, and opportunities for service. This month, we're going to honor Ostara, the spring equinox, perfect time for balance where day and night are equal. And we are also going to find balance between Ostara and Beltane, also known as May Day on May 1st. Our community is gathering seeds of knowledge to fuel the growth of local youth through our More Than Words book drive, and we are proud to support them in their youth-led social enterprise that empowers young people in foster care or the justice system to manage their own bookstore business. So on March 15th, we're going to kick that off with a bagel brunch and a book drive, and start scouting your bookshelves now so that you can provide them with some high-quality books. Looking ahead, Saturday, March 14th, please clear your calendars for the Starlight Soiree. It starts at 6 p.m. It's one of our biggest fundraisers, and it's one of our most joyful nights together. From the silent auction to the live auction, there's truly something for everyone. Keep an eye out in your inbox next week for the full auction booklet. Finally, mark your calendars for next Sunday, the 8th. It'll be a true day of welcome and connection. We'll greet Reverend Wendy Page, our new interim pastoral care minister, and we'll have a social hour meet and greet immediately following the service to offer her a warm UUCR welcome. At 11:15 that day, I'm humbled to lead a new offering here in the sanctuary, the Holding Space, a drop-in circle for heavy hearts. So if you are navigating an illness, loss, or a heavy season of change, please do not carry it alone. Come as you are for a brief, intentional circle of sharing and ritual, and we'll gather to honor our burdens, release the weight through a simple stone ritual, and take home a spark of light for the week. No registration is required. Just bring your heart as it is. For today, please stay for our social hour, where our Love is a Verb social justice team is hosting Jared, one of the founders of Bearing Witness, at the ICE field office that is being used as a detention center in Burlington, just 6 miles from here. The presentation will start here, maybe in about 15 minutes, and Jared has brought some information resources that are currently in the atrium. You can look at them as you grab some social hour beverages and snacks. Thank you, Jared, for being with us. Thank you, Reverend Fred, for the service today. We will see you back in 2 weeks on March 15th, and thank you all for making our Sunday what it is. You are all a vital part of our congregational life.
Are we on? Hooray. Shirley Caesar wrote this song, "This Joy That I Have." Please rise in body or in spirit. It's very simple to pick up. Again, it's a zipper song. One word changes each time, starting with joy. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. Try that with me, this joy. This joy that I have, The world didn't give it to me, this joy that I have. The world didn't give it to me, don't you know that? This joy that I have. The world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This love that I have. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. No, this love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. A little softer, this peace that I have. The world didn't give it to me. This peace that I have. The world didn't give it to me. This peace that I have. The world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it. The world can't take it away. This strength that I have. Sing it out. This strength that I have, the world didn't give it to me. No, this strength that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This strength that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. Last time, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Don't you know that? This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world can take it away. Please join me as we extinguish the chalice in the words printed in your order of service. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. The words of my colleague, the Reverend Leslie Takahashi. All that we have ever loved, and all that we have ever been, stand with us on the brink of all that we aspire to create. A deeper peace, a larger love, a more embracing hope, a deeper joy in this life we share. Amen, and blessed be.